Complaint 1. Derp learning system. We still have no clue if this fucking thing is even what it is being proclaimed to be. A deep learning based predictive tool? Sure, maybe, but just realize there is zero evidence of this being true. It could easily be some kind of basic charting system which is manually programmed by Big H with his personal and highly subjective philosophy of trading resistance and support. As the ADHARA system apparently uses two different predictive models, it's possible that only one of the two embody the so-called deep learning magic. We just don't know. Faith in this system is based on your trust of Big H and his product. It is not likely that this mystery will ever be solved, as there is never going to be a situation where it would need to be. I suspect that Ticker Talker is completely in the dark as well, but may not ultimately care. Big H cannot show the internal source code of his system to Ticker Talker, nor any other person, as that would compromise the trade secrets of the system. Complaint 2. The criminal history of Big H. There is no doubt that Big H is a charming and lovable character, but let's not overlook the fact that he is an alleged criminal, arrested for commodity pool fraud back in 2018. This does not necessarily mean that he is guilty of what he has been accused of, although it's not exactly the type of thing that inspires great confidence either. The ADHARA project is essentially Big H's attempt to reinvent and rebrand himself as a trading educator after the fallout of the scandal. Complaint 3. Sledgehammer Ed. Right-hand man and dimwit underling of Big H. The Federation has dug up evidence that Ed is more than likely currently or formerly a porn star, or possibly some sort of pornography producer. Perhaps both. While we acknowledge he is a legend of the adult film industry, he appears to have no established history of being a professional trader. His training seems to be limited to what Big H has taught him over the past few years. Despite his general lack of competence, he has an exalted ego that cannot be suppressed. He is filled to the brim with anger and resentment, and will not hesitate to take out his frustration on any member of the trading room who dares to question the validity of the team's guidance or his general expertise as a leader of the ultimate trading system. Ed will shamelessly gloat when a trade works out as planned, while conversely go silent or into damage control mode when things pan out poorly. Ed brings a general aura of cheapness and con artistry to the ADHARA trading room. Even if the system were found to be 100% legit and everything it claims itself to be, Ed has a way of inspiring doubt and has ultimately degraded the ADHARA brand in a way that few others could pull off with such precision. Complaint 4. The new equity curve. As the performance of the original ADHARA auto trader was proven to be an astonishingly efficient money disintegration machine, Big H has created a new way of tracking ADHARA's progress in a more manual fashion. The ADHARA equity curve. I have not had enough time or inclination to study in detail this new curve system, but I have a few general suspicions based on my instincts and general lack of trust of the ADHARA program. Does this equity curve give the maximum benefit of the doubt to every one of these forecasts? Is Big H picking overly generous entry and exit points? There is certainly nothing preventing him from doing this, and really, if you think about it, why wouldn't he? I'm not saying he is selecting the top and bottom tick of the various vague ranges, but nobody is really keeping close track of exactly what calls are made for every one of these forecasts, as the amount of time and attention it would take is unrealistic. There is no real accountability, so again we must simply place our trust in Big H. There was recently a brief sample study made by an individual named Eve Torn. He took every single ADHARA trade over the course of a week and posted his results in a spreadsheet. 1 ES and €2 per trade. At the end of the experiment Eve lost 600 or so. I guess ADHARA just wasn't hot at that particular time. Maybe, but then again that is a pretty vague and convenient way to explain away the poor result. Complaint 5. Extremely poor stream integrity. After several years of operation, there are still constant stream integrity issues. The video feed of the trade room goes down constantly, sometimes for many hours. This is not something that the team feels should be improved upon. In their mind, things are good enough as they are. A more cynical and paranoid version of myself would accuse the team of specifically running the trade room poorly as a strategy of frustrating the user into buying the charts. There are many instances where users are encouraged to do so as a solution to the trade room low feed integrity, after having been offline at critical moments. If the trade room was run properly, there would be no need to spend a fortune on these ADHARA charts, as the user gets 99% of what they need to know from the feeds broadcast in the trading room. The ADHARA team knows this, but is ultimately not interested in providing the maximum possible value to their users by running an informative and stable trade room broadcast. I find this general cheapness and lust for subscription-based chart sales to be particularly odious and sinister. If the system was really a money-printing miracle, people would gladly pay for the trade room and buy the charts without needing to be motivated or sold on the idea to. Complaint 6. The SMS notification system is down. Not only did it take way longer than it should have to implement an SMS-based notification system in the first place, but this system has now completely failed for some reason and has not been restored in a reasonable amount of time. Without a proper notification system, the user is forced to babysit the stream and hope that they are paying attention when a forecast finally hits. Furthermore, because of the low integrity of the stream staying active, even when a forecast hits there is no guarantee that the trade room will even be up and running properly. This broken notification system is not just a critically important tool for the user, but also for the members of the ADHARA team, as there are constantly delays where team members are unaware that a new forecast has even hit, sometimes for hours at a time. They will frequently miss the fact that a new forecast has been generated and ultimately not be able to provide the users advice about how to trade the new condition in a timely manner. As there are only a certain number of moments that these forecasts are generated in the course of a day, the team should be there both always and right away to help guide the users properly. Complaint 7. We trade condition, not price. We trade condition, not price is a hallmark phrase and concept pushed by the ADHARA team. This is a psychological technique which is meant to push the concept that no matter what result occurs, the accountability is placed solely on the user's ability to trade the system properly. If you miss a trade, it is your fault. If you enter into a trade way too early, it is your fault. There are technically no officially called trades happening in the room, despite the fact that there are simultaneously trades being called. The ADHARA team has made it clear that they cannot legally call trades as they are not certified to be giving financial advice. That being said, there are points where specific and precise trades are called in the room. For example,